How are your annuities doing, by the way? Ever heard Warren Buffett's investment recommendations or investment rules? Rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, see rule number 1. So let's just use a fixed annuity, a multi-year guaranteed annuity, if you will, a deferred annuity, a fixed annuity. Not talking about variable, we're not talking about index, we're just talking good old-fashioned annuity similar to a CD. It's not a CD, it's not FDIC insured. My goodness, puppy. An annuity, you put $100,000 in, you get $100,000 out at a certain time later. It's just that simple. In the interim, you're making interest. So when I was last talking about annuities, they're getting 5% on 5 to 10 year annuities. And I don't know what they're doing now, probably less than that, but still probably 4.5 to 4.75 or something like that. All right, so you'll just say over the course of a year, you put $100,000 in, you wake up and you get $105,000 365 days from now. All right, let's combine that to VTI. All right, so here's VTI, the Vanguard Total Stock Index. So we're just going to show from February to March where we are here today. And we're down 8% from February to March. All right, so oh my goodness, the market's fallen. And you see a compounded annual growth rate is down 38.89, which would be the worst relative to inflation that we've ever seen. The worst we've ever seen was 44% in 1930 or 31, I can't remember, but there's 9.9% deflation. So that'd be the worst year ever. So let's just assume we're down 38% in 1 year. I don't expect to be, but we were down 37% in 2008. So we have $100,000, and we know our annuities at 105, but $100,000 minus 38%, boink, it should be getting $62,000, I would think. Yes, we're at $62,000. That's our present value. We want to get back to even Steven. Our future value, we'll say we'll get 8% a year in interest. How long will it take to get back to even Steven? It'll take 7. Hold on a second. We've got to change that to that. Boink, right there, compute N. It'll take 6.2 years. All right. So the issue here, now, you should compare an annuity to a stock. No, I absolutely don't. The point being is that the annuity gives you that downside risk protection that stocks inherently don't. Because a lot of people aren't going to be able to hold the line when the stock market's falling like a brick in water. And it happens, my friends. Oh, but there's a federal put, the Federal Reserve put. The Federal will come in and save the economy. What? The worst mark we've ever had was in 2008. The Federal Reserve did not come in and save us. In fact, the markets from point A in October 2007 to point B in March 9th of 2009 was down 57%, amigos. What was your fixed annuity down? Nothing. The G fund, you can even use the G fund in your TSP. Nothing. It's funny, all these people say, oh man, those accounts suck while the market's going up. The minute the market goes down, it's like, man, they look pretty good, don't they? The point being is for retirees, we've got to have the barbell. We have to have a budget, a balance of some sort. We don't want the seesaw to be way up here or way like this. We want the seesaw to be kind of like this, if that makes sense. And the nice thing about fixed annuities is they're explicitly guaranteed never to lose money. Oh, but their insurance company could go bankrupt. Show me any insurance company that did not pay their annuities. Show me. I'd love to see it. If we actually go back, and I'm reading all this pre-Federal Reserve history, the insurance companies just carry their own. Banks are going bankrupt left and right, not the insurance companies. Now, that was before FDIC, I grant you. But even still, as the insurance companies, name one insurance company that did not pay the share. It's creditors. And the creditors would be the people who invest in annuities. Does that mean it can't happen? No, I'd never be so stupid to say that. But I mean, just come on, man. Should you buy an annuity? I don't know. But the point being is when you're retired, lose no money is risk number 1. That doesn't mean you put all your money in annuities. I'm not saying that at all. But all these idiots out there, annuities are trash, annuities suck, blah, blah, blah. You create your own annuity. With what? What are you going to create your own annuity with? With bonds. Okay, what happened in 2022? Well, let's take a look at BND in 2022, shall we? Yeah, let's go back here. Man, I love this valueinvesting.io. It goes by month now. I just freaking, whoever runs this is crushing. One of y'all had told me about valueinvesting.io, and I didn't like it initially. I freaking love it now, man. I don't like the colors, but I guess I probably changed the coloring. But these guys are freaking crushing. Big fan. Long time, first time. So we're going to go to VTI 2022. Oh, we don't want March, we want January right there. Actually, let's go to December 2022. Boink. And then we're going to compare to BND. All right. And the point being is, if I may, BND, the Vanguard Total Bond Index. Okay. You're going to load there, baby. BND. Okay, let me pause. Here we go. BND, that's the Vanguard Total Bond Index. VTI is the Vanguard Total Stock Index. We're going to let Finney in, and let's see what we got here. So going back to 2022, January 2022, December 2022, the BND was down 12%, 12.91%, the worst year ever in bonds. The VTI was down 19.59%, not even close to the worst ever year in stocks. And if we do a 50-50 portfolio here, let's do, how do I do this actually? Hold on. 50-50, the BND right here, portfolio one was down. Did I not do it? Did I not do a 50-50? Thought I did. 50% in stocks, 50% in bonds. And we head back to that portfolio. That 50-50 was down 16.25. I mean, I don't expect that to ever happen again. I don't. But because the bond market, I doubt will ever go down that much ever again, ever. I mean, it could. I don't know. But either way, your fixed annuity was up. Your fixed annuity was up. All right. That's just a fact, man. So if you had 50-50 in your 50% bonds, 50% stocks, that's actually a good portfolio. You were still down 16%. And if you're down 16%, that means you're down to $84,000. How much does it take to get back to 100,000? Again, we're just talking about getting back to even Steven, and we're going to give you there a 6% rate of return. It's going to take 3 years. The whole point about the fixed annuities, CDs, G funds, is it gives you that immediate downside risk mitigation. There is no downside risk on these accounts, which means you don't lose money, like Warren Buffett's rule number one, don't lose money. You don't want to be in that for the rest of your life in terms of the entirety of your portfolio. I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying, man, it's okay not to have all your money in stocks. It just is. All right, just a fact. All right, love your thoughts. God bless. Smash that like button. And don't forget, subscribe if you haven't. I'm looking at you out there, Penelope. Looking at you out there, Cute Humor.